This is F-Phonic, bitch, have it all. This is F-Phonic, bitch, have it all.
It's fucking
Gigi lo hả? Ở đẹp luôn kìa nè.
Yo, yo. What's going on, guys? It's me, Agony. And today, we're doing some feedback. So it says tight. I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff that I did in my pack. I'm hyping it up and trying to get as many people to get hyped about as I can. Because I think it is really hype worthy. This pack is actually insane. I spent way too much time trying to work on this thing. And it's like I went overboard. I went a little crazy mode. But anyways, for those that are wondering what artist that was A-Phonic. That was her showcase. So show him some love. I'll probably, you know what, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna put the link to it in the chat so you guys can check it out. Because we're going straight into the DAW, and we're gonna show you, whoop, not that one either. I guess that one works. Yeah, that works well. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys some cool stuff with my pack. So here it is, all on the left side, left. I can't speak today. Might have something going on about me. But everything on here is gonna be included. It's just not really sorted yet. But everything is in here. Yeah, a lot of you guys' suggestions. I got some atmospheres. These are kind of atonal. But good for if you guys want an intro or anything like that. I have a bunch of background loops. These are all great. I'm using a lot of these personally, my own projects. They just sit so well with any track, really. I'll go down a few of them so it gets in here. I have something like that. Some chants. Sounds really silly. This one sounds very like Spaceless to me. Very like I don't even know, call it like fucking electrical thing. Oh, this is the funnest part about making this pack, was making these sirens. Dude, I dead ass went into videos looking up like how sirens work and everything to try and get something similar. But trying to keep it like still synthy sounding, you know? So this one's called like the wailing siren. That it's like a siren that's in Chicago. And it literally does this, but it's like really rare. That fucking, you know, Siren Head, like that made it really popular. It's really rare to hear that siren in Chicago. Like they play it like on the first Friday or something of every month, and they played it like only a few times. But yeah, evidently what happened is like they played that and everybody got really freaked out, and then that's how it became like a meme. It's because it sounded really fucking creepy. This one's lower pitch. Please siren. And the best thing is that these are all loopable, so these will loop perfectly. These are longer. These are like either air raid sirens or like nuclear sirens. And they all loop perfectly as well. All really cool stuff. I see people use these like spectral things a lot. So I had the idea to make a pack full of like spectral ting tangs, wah wah bing bangs. I just changed the color of that one for some reason. Oh, guys, this is the one. I was trying to make a cool sound like this. This was made in Harmor, right? You guys saw the video of me accidentally making like pissing sounds? This is how I got there. I was like making a sound like this, and that's how I got the piss sound. I was like, bro. That sounds really cool. More vocal stuff. Why are you playing, bro? Stop that. Why are you even fucking selected? These are the really cool ones that are gonna be really useful for tear out. They sound really odd profity. Some zaps. But you know, all that fun stuff. Guys, that's just the background loops. Like that could be a whole pack on itself. And just earlier, yesterday, I finished getting all these bass fills. All these fills are, there's kind of like sound design sessions that I kind of mixed and mashed up. I know you're in FL Studio. Ever heard of Square 4 Rhythm? Yes. No. Yes. All these are pretty fun. Bass loops. This is going to be the one that you guys are going to like a lot. Just mixing these together. This is the one I probably spent the most time on. It was really daunting because I had to mix like so many basses up together. But yeah. Got some Reese loops. Rhythm. This one I find really cool. Really glassy sounding. And some gun basses. Yeah, way too many fucking loops, bro. The cool ones I want to show you guys that I like a lot are the spectral ones. These are ones that are my favorite, honestly. Dude, the things I like so much are these little yoinks. Oh, Dude, they sound so cool. And then you got your fucking sustains. Oh, and you guys yours. You guys like yours, right? Ooh, so yoy. And everything in those loops are also one shots if you just want the individual samples without any bleeding sounds. Yeah, I got one here. I think I have a little more guns. Yeah, I have more guns here. Just fun. And then, dude, these growls, next level. Next fucking level growls. Bro, Harmer, I'm telling you guys, Harmer is the best for growls. It's insane what Harmer can do. Whoops. Ooh. Like, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh. I could not make a growl that good in any other synth. This one's like your standard, like just good gritty growl that works in pretty much every genre. This one is very Spaceless inspired. I love the Spaceless's kind of like guttural growl sound. So that's what it sounds like. All very cool. I just had some respaces too. I'm sort of medium, low, high for any use you guys want. And then claps, of course. Convulsion impulses. Cymbals. You notice I'll have one with transient and one without, just for ease of use. Open hats. Tambourines. Mini fills. Very cool. I have drum loops. And I have amen breaks. Bunch of impacts and shit. And a much requested feature that I add are these gun kits. You guys have been asking for these a long time. But all the serum guns that I have them separated. You essentially just take this and store it with this, and you get your gun. So there you go. And then I have regular gun tones too. Just for you guys to use. And then everybody loves my kicks, I guess. I talked to everybody on like forums and shit. Dude, everybody just uses the fuck out of my kicks. I guess my kicks are better than everybody else's. Also, a fun thing about these metal kicks, these are the kicks that I used in the Poor Robinson remix. So if you listen to the metal parts in that track on Patreon, these are the kicks that I used. So they are not only good for tear out and EDM, but they're really good for metal too. And I'll show you the snares I use too. Roomy kicks, stumpy kicks, trap. More metallic stuff. The fold adjust for pan layers, for stacking snares. And guys, I kind of splurged on adding perks. Look how many fucking folders there are on just perks. Like, I kind of went too far. These are little granular splices of like drum loops. These are really good for layering like weird, grainy drum parts. I do use these a lot. Add some flammy perks. Just perks with like multiple transients. Fully claps. These probably go in like the drum folder. Gun transients. High perks, lasers. Low rumbly perks, metallic perks. Reverby stuff. Mid perks, organic. Fucking, it goes on, bro. Reverby ones. And these are probably my favorite. The most valuable, I think, are the vinyl ones. It's really noisy and grungy. And then I added, just for the fun fuck of it, space resampling. So you can just grab these, put them in any sampler, and you have a respace. I have my own screams, which I feel like they're really cringy listening back, but people like them, so. Yeah, I kind of cringe listening to that.
Fuck! Yeah! Jack, wake up!
But if you guys want to use some cool metal phrases, there you go. And then the moment you've all been waiting for, the snares. These are the snares that I used for the remix as well. Sound really fucking sick. And then synth loops. Argent, yeah. I stopped putting ah after everything. Oh my gosh. And you can't have a pack without rhythm bleeps. There you guys go. And someone requested that I add like these little vocal mashes in there.
They are the dead. Let nothing stand in your way. Come from the bowels of hell. Your life traitor doesn't deserve a... Must come the wall. Instructions are to prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy. Answer me if I destroy you. Blasting flesh right off the bone. They're coming right at us! Get down! Track it down and destroy it.
But yeah, that's the pack. And my question to you guys is, how much do you think that would be worth? My stuff is usually priced at like $60. But to put it in perspective, all my last packs that were $60 were about 400 files, and they were all about maybe like 5 gigabytes in total. This one has more files than all my packs combined 2 times over. So all my packs combined would be about 1,200 samples, 1,200 files. And then this pack that I'm making, this entire thing that I just showed you, is 2,500 files, give or take. So how much do you guys think that would be worth? Let me know. I'm gonna be pricing it based on what you guys say, so please give me your input. But without further ado, let's get into what the stream is actually about, the feedback. So I'm gonna show you guys all those cool samples and get you guys hyped about that. And let's get on to the feedback part. I love it when it does this. There you go. Yeah, and there's a phonics thing. There's a copy link. There's the Aphonic showcase if you guys want it. Anyways, feedback. We're starting off with Avada. Alrighty. Show us what you got, Avada. Yeah, bro. I mean, cracking is always going to be a pain in the ass. Pretty much all my stuff, all my older stuff is on cracked sites.
Make your body move. 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 Make your body move.
Time to die!
Ooh. That's sick.
Shut up!
Very stompy. Goodness. Sounds sick, bro.
Your body move.
Okay, so I don't have much to say about this because it's really good. Some minor mixing things that I didn't write down, and mainly the sub. Your drums are really stompy. I think your master is probably contributing to it being like too stompy. Your kick sounds almost good. Like I kind of like it, and I kind of don't. Your kick, it sounds just like really mid-rangey. Like it sounds punchy, sure. Does it sound like it's deep, like hitting my chest? Probably not. It's hard to put my finger on because it could just be the pitch of the kick. If you took a kick that was lower pitch, maybe it would sound like it would fit more. But I want the low end of the kick to be louder. I want to feel the low end. And that's why I'm not sure what it could be, because this very well could be a sidechain thing. Is your sidechain's probably too short or too long? Or it could just be the kick is too high up or something. But nonetheless, it does sound good. You just need to figure out how to make the kick stand out more, if that makes sense, like a lower end to push through. Because I can definitely hear the transient, I definitely hear the punchiness, I just don't hear the low part of it, and I want a kick to have that. It is hard to get that clean sound out, but I think it's worth it, just trying to get it out there better. And the other thing is, I think that's just fine. It's just kind of pushing really loud. Your sub, I think, is where it kind of lacks a lot. Your sub has the third harmonic that's really loud, and distortion is really cool on subs, but this is a little overboard for my taste. And I think people who listen to bass music, they want to hear the lower sub. You get a little carried away with distortion sometimes, making a cool sub sound. But the really low sub frequency is what people like a lot. Like if you put people in a room and you were to show them different types of subs or 808s or whatever, they would almost always pick the really deep low end sub because it sounds really low and it like vibrates their body. I think having harmonics is good. You should have harmonics in your sub. It's a whole thing that like Copycat was talking about with sub basses, is if you have harmonics that are peaking above the sub, your brain, even though you aren't hearing the sub harmonic, like imagine you're on a phone speaker, right? If you are hearing a frequency that's way too quiet, or not quiet, but low for the phone to pick up, like a phone's not going to be able to play sub, right? If you're going to play it through a phone speaker, your ears cannot hear it. But if you play the same sub with harmonics, like it has subtle distortion and saturation on it, then your brain will automatically know where the sub is based off where the harmonics are, if that makes sense. So just by hearing the upper harmonics, your brain can hear sub effectively. I would just dial down the saturation on this a little bit, and that would be it. It's mostly that third harmonic that is an annoyance with sub. But yeah, dude, really sick. Love it. Thank you so much for submitting, bro. Hope that helps. What relevant plugins are you using? Agony Crash 1 and 2. Oh my gosh. Artist name unknown, name on Patreon unknown. Is that like your alias? Because I can see your alias. this is. Cool. I like the offbeat little. Sounds like a Bit Crush dog barking. Okay, cool, dude. I think I have my notes here for you. Overall, I think it's good. It's not really amazing. But there are things that are just obviously need to be fixed before I can even comment on those other things. Your arrangement is good. I like how you're using like the pauses in here. I just think that these pauses are too frequent for it to be like a full banger. Like this should probably occur like maybe half the amount of times as it does. Getting the sub bass rolling out and getting a good atmosphere that's playing constantly is what you should look for. And when you're in like a club or something, these people want to dance. They don't want to dance for like 6 seconds and then stop. That you just want to keep that energy going a lot. You want to sustain. It's with like music like this where you dance to it, EDM, it's about sustaining that energy, sustaining a really deep, energetic, loud sound going. So when you're pausing it constantly, it makes it really jittered. So focus on the element of keeping it going and going and going, and only on parts where you want to actually make it really empty or emphasize something, then you can add it in. But it feels like you're just doing it too frequently. The sub is frankly too weak. What's up, Chakra? The sub is frankly too weak. Like, it is surprisingly weak. I feel like it's overall, your sub is lacking over this entire project. You could just get a low shelf and boost it up, and it's done way better overall. As long with that, it's like there's some weird stereo imaging happening too, where I hear low end on the left part of my ear and then the high end on the right part of my ear. So you have some weird stereo imaging happening. I don't know if you meant for it to be like this. I don't know what would make it sound like this, unless you have like some weird plugin doing it, but it sounds like you did it intentionally. Like you literally just panned it left and right. Or maybe it's like a convolver. That could probably be the issue, is like a convolver or something. But still, like, you need to figure this stereo image thing out because it is hindering you a lot. And you have some sounds like that scream. Like, a scream's in my left ear. I don't know what's going on with the image, bro. It's just kind of weird. Dude, your biggest problem is the way you're mixing your stereo. The sub being really weak. Your snare should also be a lot doofier. And dude, I know it's you, Mecha Wolf. You're the only person that sounds like this. You need to make your snare stand out more with the fundamental. It sounds really snappy, sure, but it's missing body now. You just need to keep that energy going. You stopping the flow of your song is hindering you, and it's not helping you. In what tab do I need to post the whip? In music tab, there's a form, bro. Anyways, that's all my folk for you, Mecha Wolf. So, thank you. Also, for your question, yes, you do have a distinct style. Yes, it does. It does sound like you. It's mostly the drums that give it away, though. I'd say the drums and like the constant pausing like made it really obvious. But I still like the writing. It's just you need to stop pausing it so much. Anyways, thank you for your feedback, or what? Thank me for. You should thank me for my feedback, bro. Thank you for sending that in. And next up we have Squaler Dubs. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I get that, Mecha. A thing called loopitis, where you're stuck in like a 4-bar loop and you just want to loop it. Wow. Wow. Big doofy snare. Bro. Dude, I really like chorus guitars. They make me feel something. Yeah, that was good. I liked it up until the point where there was like no structure. You need to add some transitional thing. You can't just go from this to don't do that. You should spend some time working on transitioning one sound to another. Transitions are a huge part of music and how to evolve progression. This is the thing I talk about with like if you are stuck in the loop thing, you if you can, get in a project, make 4 loops, try to transition between all of them. Maybe think of it as like, oh, it'll take 2 bars to transition from this section to this section, 4 bars, 8 bars. Just get better at transitioning. Even like a 1 bar fill would do so much work for you. Like, dude, everything is a transition. Everything. You are transitioning from an intro to a build up to a drop. Like, what do you think a build up is? Like, a build up itself is a transition. It's just your mind doesn't think of it as one because you've been brainwashed by EDM talk. Like, they are explaining what a transition is without even realizing it. So think of transitions a lot more intensely like that, and you can get such cooler impacts on sections. Like this bell part would slam if you properly built it up and emphasize that downbeat or that offbeat where the snare kicks in, or the upbeat, I think it's called. If you can really make it slam in those sections, you will dominate EDM if you master transitions. And I mean, dude, like the whole premise of DJing is all transitions. Like if you took away the concept of transitions from a DJ, they just wouldn't exist. So my point stands uncontested. Placeholder vocal for now. I want to record more vocals. Yeah, I can put a fill on there for sure. Had one on the drop I can copy over a mod. Yeah, just as long as you have like a transition that works, you know, it works. So I'm just emphasizing the impact of a transition on how it works in like everything in music. Arguably, in EDM, I think it's like the hardest to transition sections because with every other genre of music, they stick with the same instruments throughout the entire song. They don't go from a guitar to a fucking synth keyboard, do they? No, they don't. They just playing piano over the entire song. Oh, ukulele. It's like they don't have to worry about that much, but in EDM, you do a lot more of that shit. I like this little feeling you have of... I like these drums. These style of drums, I don't know what they're like called. Is there like a name for them? But like this ultra filtered, like almost Linkin Park kind of sounding drums where they are like filtered and squashed like crazy. I like that sound. I like how that makes me feel. It makes it feel like I'm in a really slow part and like it's almost slowed down. And that's going to speed up in the next section. So I can hear a transition in my head of what can work, but you just didn't do it. Okay, so your middle section needs to be mixed a lot better. It sounds way too rumbly on the kick. The kick isn't even standing out that much. And it just sounds like it's sitting high up in the bass, like it's almost hitting 100 hertz as like a rumbly texture. You want to make it shorter and snappier, but also have room that is airy and complements it. And section here where the snare comes in, I can barely hear the snare, bro, and everything's drowned out by the clap, I want to say it is. It's just kind of messy. It's not kind of. It is messy. It is really messy. It's like you made one instrument too loud, and to compensate for that instrument being too loud, you turn something else up instead of turning down that one instrument. Like the clap is really loud here. It kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere too, in this section. Like this sounds like a cool breakdown area. Like, you're breaking down from the metal part that was really fast. You're going boom, doo, 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 doo. The placement of the structure is really weird. However, it comes really early. The drop comes really early. the buildup isn't building energy. It's kind of just it's almost like a fake out. You have the base there, it's filtered, but you're not building it up or causing tension. It's just, it feels like it's a down, like a down filter of a louder section, and like you're gonna go into something else that builds energy up. Instead, you take it as an opportunity to add a tom fill and to play the drop. If this were me, this is a structure I would choose. I wouldn't go into your filtered bass just yet. Instead, after this middle section, I would keep the metal drums going. And I think these toms are a good template for what it should be. This tom fill does not sound like a fill. It sounds like a section, like a tom fill section, like boom, and that's gonna keep repeating, and then it's gonna go into a build up. That's what it sounds like to me. Like it's just a section to unwind temporarily. It does not sound like a fill that is meant to create the downbeat or to emphasize the downbeat of something. It just sounds like just toms playing. And then so after this section, you can bring the filtered gun bass back, and then you can properly start the build up to build up energy. And that could be, you know, whatever drums you have, the boom, 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 kick drum playing, it could be a clap, could be anything. And you can filter things out. And this metal vocal can come in, probably take up more space than just what? An eighth note? Like that's an eighth note of a scream. Maybe take up more space than that. Okay, so the other problem with this structure is you are doing this double downbeat thing. You're going boom, boom, right? Downbeat, downbeat, upbeat. Okay, you're leaving space with that upbeat. You're creating tension. Again, you're making tension. The reverb in the room is spilling over into the next section. And what do you do with that? Instead of emphasizing the next beat that comes in, the next bar, you do it again. So it feels like I'm on a pendulum swing now where I'm up on one section and then I just go right back up. Like it feels like, hello. Like this section could be so good for the beat to drop. Like you almost have it. You have a fucking sub falling down. It's going like, holy shit, we're on a plane crash. We're at the fucking slamming to the ground at 1,000,000 miles per hour. But now, bro, I just want to hear, you know? But then you do it again. That just ruins momentum for me. And the worst, it makes it even worse in this session because you lose all that energy by not adding anything. So all the energy you had here is just lost. You are distorting everything too much in this part, and you're kind of doing what Mechawolf did earlier with overdoing like silence. What you're implying here is that this is the drop. You make it really loud. It sounds like out of place in this part. It doesn't sound like it's a sound design session or like a flex. You know, sometimes producers will have a little 8-bar flex of like sounds or whatever. It doesn't sound like that in this section at all. It just, it sounds like a very discombobulated drop. All you need to do, hello? Okay. All you need to do is just rearrange the structure. Like, that's literally it. You have the pieces, just stick them around where they fit and it'll work. Other than that, the structure, your snare is way too loud. Like the fundamental is distorting, which you don't really want to happen, unless like the instruments are as distorted. But even then, it's not helping you. It's making it really intense and loud. Your cymbals are really bright and kind of piercing the ears a little bit. They're extremely harsh, and just overall, like this track is way too loud. But if you just turn down the mix, you made the snare less, and fix the structure, I think you have a really good drop. Like I can hear it in my head. I hear it so badly, and I want to go. You know, just have a full fucking drop there. I thought it'd be funny to write Terraria zombie impression, because you like doing a lot of the zombie. But otherwise, pretty good, bro. Just fix those things, and I think it would make a sick fucking song. And we're on to the free ones now. So next up we have Culturate. And thank you, Swaler, for submitting. Hope that helped. Hope you won music, as they say. Culturate. Nice, bro. That was fucking heavy. Yeah, good shit, bro. Okay, so my thoughts on this. The intro is really empty. It lacks definition. There's nothing here that makes me feel anything. It's just yeah, just reverb, bass. Nothing really happening. I fucking hate SoundCloud right now. It needs something. You have this like bell, I want to say it is. This bell going ting, ting. That's really cool. Why is that so fucking quiet? So that is, it's making an ambience that I want more of. What is that from? Can you describe what is making that sound, why that sound is playing, where we're at in audio format, can you paint a picture for me? You're an artist. You're an artist. Paint a picture of what setting this is to make me feel something. This feels cool. Like, where am I? Is this are we at sea? Is this like a, I don't even know what they're called, so I found fucking stupid. It's like a buoy. Like are we at Point Nemo in the ocean during a storm? Are we in hell and there's just like a bell? I don't know. Can you paint a picture? I think it would be really cool. Make your intro something cool. I tell you, the intro is what people skip all the fucking time. If you don't have a good intro, they skip it. Oh, I don't care about the song. It sounds like this buildup you got from the school of Murata, though, to be quite frank. This buildup it's really sub-heavy. It sounds like there's a big horn playing. Very wide, even. Yeah, but it's kind of like energetic. What I want you to figure out is adding something to that. I don't think Murata is very well known for his good build-ups. He just kind of like makes things build up. It just happens that it works with well. But try something a little bit different, I would say. Like, it's not very bad. It's not terrible. It's not just okay. Like, it's good. It's just, you know, and I feel like something more would be better. And that's kind of where my personal preference comes in. The thing I'm confused about is why is the kick transient coming through so well in the build-up, but it's so shit in the drop. This is the thing I was talking about with the transient. So your kick and snare, I don't hear the transient at all. Like, it just sounds like I need to hear the transient. I need to hear the it emphasizes impact. The transient, think of the transient, bro. Like, what is the transient? The transient is how hard you hit something. Okay? The drumstick is what makes the transient happen. Like, the transient is the sound of the drumstick. Everything else is the resonance that occurs around, like, whatever you're hitting. The actual tick part is a drum hitting. So if you want to emphasize something that is hitting really, really hard and is hitting like impossibly fast or has a lot of mass, like, it's all in the transient. If you have a long transient, it makes it sound like you're hitting it really fucking hard. Have you ever like even taken a stick or like hitting something before? Like, if you just tap it lightly, you're gonna get resonance, sure, but you're not gonna hear that really harsh transient. Whereas you take something and hit it really hard, again, you're gonna have the transient, and the louder transient, the brighter the transient is. It's just simple like that. Emphasize a transient. What is going on with your transient? Are you doing something silly? Are you doing something silly like on Ozone, you're turning on the transient emphasizer, which is the most terrible thing they've ever done. If you have that on your master, just turn it off. You need to figure it out because it is so important and it's completely destroying the mix of your track right here. Another thing is your bass is really harsh. It's very high end. Please reference your track with other tracks that you think are well mixed. And I'm talking not like your average dubstep shitter. I'm talking like people who are like Vorso, or I say it a lot. You kind of know where I'm going with that. But like someone comparable, maybe Phase One. Phase One's really good at mixing. So compare the high end that he has of his track and a high end of your track and be like, oh, maybe I should turn down the high end on this. Maybe a little bit. That's also keeping it back. Your sound design is okay. Your sound design is a little more old school than what would probably pop off today. Everybody likes the noisy ISO-XO, like noisy tonal thing now. And if you're going for like this sudden death, FM, squelchy bass, it makes it sound like it's way older school. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to change it, but that's what I'm hearing, and that's how I think it might go. Nonetheless, really heavy, really tough, and just banging track. Nothing on master besides Clipper. I tried synthesizing my own drums, so maybe I missed something making them. Oh, so you made your own drums? I mean, it sounds like okay. It's just the transient is really, really weak. But yeah, on the master, maybe put a little bit more effort into the master, I think. You should maybe have at least like a limiter in there, like not just a clipper, just, you know, clipper and then limiter and maybe some minor EQ stuff. You know, the master doesn't have to be completely bare bones. Having a little things that complement it can work. It's just, you don't want to fuck up the master. Like, you're better having a bare bones master than having OTT and all these fucking weird plugins on it. But yeah, thank you so much for submitting Cold Straight. This book I have for you. Hope that helped. What's the next one? Next up we have Deploy. Deploy.
This shit. I bust like a
It's a Valinator. It's like completely mono here. It sounds like you're using samples. Also not processing your bass a lot, so it sounds really dry. Okay, made the samples? Okay. Or not the samples, but you made the guns. I don't know about this section. This is like a total vibe shift. probably the best part, honestly. Okay, cool.
Break this shit.
All right, so I have quite a few notes here. Yeah. So the reason why I asked or said that it sounds like a sample is because like the tone isn't changing, and I can hear like it sounds like a sample starting and ending. So that's why I thought that. If you made that sound, fair enough. But I can hear it. Like I can hear that's a sample, and that's it. It sounds like you can't change tone or really anything about it. That's kind of the dead giveaway with samples. So first things first, I mentioned the mono is like really mono. You can have a mono element, but for it to be completely centered, for it to be this loud is a little insane. You can have some width, okay? Like it's not illegal to have just a little bit of width. This vocal sounds really weird in mono, just like that. Let it have some stereo, it's fine, bro.
I bust like a.
Also, you mentioned making the build slowly mono before drop. You don't have to make it completely mono, you just have to turn down the stereo just a bit. It's supposed to be a subtle effect, not a primary effect. So in this drop, I said your snare was quiet. Your kick is also like pretty weak. The reason why I say the drum mixing is all over the place because in this section, it is quiet. But the next section, this B part, right here, like it's not quiet then. And then in this section, it's like completely drowned. So there's something going on with your mixing where it's just all over the place. You aren't properly gain staging everything together, make sure they're all the same loudness and they're consistent over the drop and everything. So there's some holes in this for sure. Your snare, your kick, just straight up need to be louder. Like they need to be way louder. Yo, Agnew, unfortunately don't have anything for feedback because of writer's block, but are you still open to remaking bases by chance? I just haven't had any guidance on how to go about it. Yeah, I have a form in my Patreon where you can submit a request to have a bass remade, so submit your thing there and I'll do it. Okay, the other thing is your crash is really bright, and relative to your crash, and your bass, they need to be pretty close high-end wise. Your crash is supposed to be filling up space, filling up high-end to make it really splashy and open. Your bass is supposed to sound really energetic and bright, like it's present near you. In this, it almost sounds like the bass is playing through like a phone speaker. Bring some energy up, add some high-end to that bass, by any means necessary. You can add a layer to put over it. It just needs high end. And again, your bass is much louder right here. The actual gun bass. Oh, and it just like goes completely fucking mono here. Like, I don't know why. I think it stems from your basses. You need to process them together and just add processing in general. It doesn't sound like you're processing them at all. So put them in a group, add distortion, saturation, EQ, whatever you need, disperser, OTT even. If you add those things together, it'll make it sound like they're part of one one unit homogeneous slop. You just want to sound consistent, and I think that's really what you're missing. So in this part, this is what confuffled me. The kick sounds like it's still really quiet and like I can't hear it that well. Your snare is super duper doofy, like doof. It's like that. And suddenly it's like also muffled, and the low end is like really extreme on it. As far as this melodic part goes, I just don't know if it works, man. It just sounds really off from what you had. And the melody you have makes it sound happy almost. I don't feel like this is scary at all, or like it's part of the same universe even. It feels completely disconnected. Like if you played this part and this, like it sounds like it just sounds like different songs, man. You completely mono again. So this part I liked a lot. This part was the part that I was like, oh, this could be something cool. Mostly because the sound design is really unique. But damn, dude, can you like process your basses more and not make your drums so fucking weird? Like those drums are so quiet, man. Fucking snare. Yeah, so that's really the feedback I have for this. Overall, pretty good. I think your biggest problem is consistent drums, making them loud enough to where they actually fill up space and they, you know, are just impactful because they just sound really quiet and like they aren't doing anything. Your gun basses, or just basses in general, I'll just say that your basses in general need to be processed, man. It sounds like they are raw sound design sessions straight up as Serum 1 even. Like Serum 1, you can't even process like you can in Serum 2. You can't add 2 layers of distortion. No. You have a max of like 1 compressor, 1 reverb, 1 delay, 1 filter. Like that's about all you have. And it sounds like it's straight up like a raw Serum 1 preset or a raw Serum 1 bass that didn't have anything afterwards. Like there's no distortion afterwards, or they're not in a bus, they aren't getting any reverb. You know, there's like no effects on it. You aren't trying to fatten it up at all. Literally, if you got like the NASCO special compressor thing and just turned it all the way up, maybe it would sound like a lot better. Like it probably would have just sound better. But you need to learn how to process your basses and make them sound consistent and thick and beefy. That's your main problem. You have tones that work, they are fine. Just beef them up, bro. Just beef them up. Look up the crunch method. The crunch method. Do you think doing something like switching the octaves of that melodic unison saw wave part, maybe even playing with tuning them more, that's some more iridescent feel? I just think that section is way too different, and my honest opinion is to just cut it out. I just don't think it works at all. It's not adding anything new to your track, and the execution is frankly really poor. it needs to sound really good on its own. It sounds like a very throwaway part. Like you just didn't put effort into it. But yeah. I had like 14 things on them before I turned them into samples. Well, it doesn't sound like you can put 14 things on one base, but they need to be processed together. They need to be fattened together, like something that can glue them together, that just makes them overall big, thick Latina. Thanks a lot. I definitely struggle with keeping things beefy across different bases. Yeah, the solution is like learn how to make a bus. Like if whatever DAW you're using, look up how to make a bus and then add all of your fat racks or whatever in the bus. That's like your cheat code. Also, it saves you processing power if you're worried about that. That's what I do. That's what I do, bro. Get all your bases, get all your things, squish them up together. So yeah, thank you for your submission, Deploy. We're on to the last one by Alanator. So we'll hear this one and we will end the stream. And yeah, thank you guys for coming. If you guys are about to leave, also keep an eye out for any packs I'm gonna release. My pack is finished. I'm gonna be sending a demo that you guys can download on Patreon. So for those members, and I'm gonna have just a full pack out. Let me know how much I'd price it, guys. It's like 2,500 samples. Latina bass rack. Okay. Alright. What you got, Alanator? Intro and build our mid on purpose. Okay. Hello, snare. So fucking scared. Ooh. I like that bass. Ooh. Ooh. That's cool. hell is that like reverb? Sick, bro. You made a drop, like your first drop was good. I liked it. There's some things I didn't like though. But dude, holy fuck. It got really fucking good over here. Like damn, that hit so hard. Fuck. Okay. Give me 1 second. The thing that I liked about this drop was how clean it sounded. It didn't sound like you overprocessed things or overdid anything really. The thing I don't like though is how harsh your snare is. Like your acoustic snare is fucking really loud. Like it's really, really harsh, man. And I get you want to be really intense and loud. I would tell you the better way to go about this is get a limiter with maybe 30 milliseconds of release. And if you want to sound beefy and with a long tail, put that limiter on the snare and turn the threshold down to where it compresses it really hard, and then just bring it back up. That way you can have a really beefy snare that sounds really loud and just really abrasive like that, but not super harsh, because the harsh part is really the transient and the high end of it. But if you limiter, then you have more control over the harshness, so you can just compress it, and that's really it. I think the snare was reverb, then OTT 10% with glue compressor. OTT you could probably do away with. Just straight up do a limiter, like a limiter of a somewhat high release, and that'll take care of it for you. Like when you're adding stuff to your snare is very sensitive to effects, and the order of your effects matter a ton. So adding reverb before a compressor, that compressor, if you, depending on how much compressor you have, obviously, if your reverb is really quiet, compressing a lot will bring the reverb up so much. And it also does a ducking effect. So the reverb is going to be less intense where the snare actually plays, but on the tail is where the reverb really, really comes out. And the reason why I say have a long release is because you don't want the snare to be clipping in a limiter, because you can make it clip in a limiter. A limiter, all a saturator is, or a clipper is just a limiter that has zero attack and zero release. So there's no transparency at all. It's just cutting the signal, right? It is just shaving it off like a haircut. A release knob really makes it way more transparent and allows you to kind of have more control over how harsh and saturated things are. Whenever I talk about attack and release, attack is like how fast you want the signal to react to something hitting it, which you can do really cleverly by impacting transients or whatever. And the release is, think of it more like a distortion control. Really low release, very distorted. High release, less distorted, more transparent, but also less effective. So you're blending it in between. That's why I say put a limiter on it. I think that will just work. I think it'll just work great. Don't use a compressor, because the compressor will have attack or look ahead or either. Just a limiter. That's all you need. Other thing is, I think your basses lose a lot of energy in this first drop. So your basses, go back over here. It sounds really thick, like there's a monster brewing, and the drop is gonna have it on full display. But then it actually plays, and it's frankly really, really weak. Like I can't hear the tone that well, and the sub is lost. The issue you're having is mids. Mids are the body that connects to the low end and the high end. all the high end I hear from the bass is just harsh, and it's already blending with the cymbals and the other effects you have in here. The low end isn't loud enough for it to really punch out. So it sounds like your bass is overall really weak, but I think you could compensate that by bringing up the mids and just trying to level it better. Because in this part, I can hear more mids and it sounds more gritty and loud, but it sounds like it's maybe part of the same bass. In this part, I just don't hear I don't hear mids. It doesn't sound as loud or insane. Maybe you could just turn up the bass too. That could also be a solution. You might be over compressing your basses too. I can hear it because it sounds like it's like really, really flat. You want dynamics in your bass in some ways. Obviously, you have something in your brain where you're thinking, I want to compress it because it's going to sound even better. But your brain's also telling you don't want to add 10 OTTs. Like you know adding 10 OTTs is probably wrong because you know it's over compressing it. Like you want dynamics. But I think in this section, you have probably overdone it with compression on OTT a little bit because there's no definition of the shape of the sound. This is kind of hard to describe, but you know, when you have an envelope or an LFO, like the LFO is going up, and when it goes up, it's making like a tone, right? And then when it goes back down, it's going back to silence or just a sub, whatever you have for your sound. When you add OTT, you're just blurring those lines. You're just making the LFO that you put on the bass or the envelope you put on the bass meaningless because it's just adding high end no matter what is playing. It's adding mids no matter what is playing. It's adding low end to no matter what. Like you're just blurring it. So dial back the OTT a little bit. Let the dynamics really roll through. You don't need to compress everything super hard. But other than that, I think you did a really good job with this track. It has a lot of energy. I really like this part. Sounds really cool. I'll say this bass, you probably need to make it wider a little bit. But that's pretty good. Huge dub. Thank you, Alnator, for submitting your track. And that is it for today's stream. If you want more streams like this or you want to submit feedback for another time, I stream every Wednesday at 5 p.m. EST. And join my Discord where I have project breakdowns, I have sample packs, I have production videos every week. So check it out. And I'm going to be posting the project breakdown of Shorn. So if you like that track, it's going to be posted later today, probably in like 20 minutes, maybe, depending on how long it takes to upload. But keep an eye out for that. Also, my demo for my pack is going to be releasing on Patreon, just of some of my favorite samples on there. And also still like 2,500 samples. Let me know how much that's worth. Like it's way, way, way bigger than all my other packs combined. All my packs combined 2 times over. That's how big this pack is. It's way, way fucking bigger. So let me know